and welcome to this special program of Navraatri. During Navraatri, the creative force of the goddess is celebrated in forms of Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati. On the 10th day, Hindus celebrate the Lord Rama's victory over the demonic king Ravana, symbolizing the triumph of good over evil. Navratri is a Hindu festival which is dedicated to the worship of Goddess Durga and her 9 avatars over a period of 9 days. It is a 9-day festival of music, dance, fasting, penance, abstinence, prayers, and sharing of knowledge. It is a time when Hindus worship the female aspect of God. In today's world, many people, they don't pay due respect to mothers and females like your sisters, your nieces, your aunts. I beg of you, this is a time that you can pay homage as well as honor females throughout your life. And I can assure you, you will cherish those moments and will be blessed. And this is a time when Hindus worship 3 goddesses, like I said before: Mother Durga, the first 3 nights, Mother Lakshmi, and Mother Saraswati. So 3, 3, 3, 9, right? And God is regarded as the ocean of love. His love is steadfast. His love is unfailing, constant, compassionate. It never ceases. And friendly, incomprehensible, boundless, unconditional, never ending, and I can go on and on. Before going further, I would like to hand you over to Pandit Simadri.
Namaste. May I invite you to clasp your palms and join with me in prayers if you can, as we pray to the Divine Goddess, the Queen of the Universe, during this very auspicious time of the year, Sharad Navratri 2020. Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Om. Namaste again. Allow me to welcome you to this very special program that is being organized by Mataji Janet John-Dorie. And as we all celebrate Sharad Navratri 2020 this year, it is very unfortunate that many of us cannot go to temples, mandirs per se, to perform our puja and worship. And of course, this is because of the global pandemic of COVID-19. I must remind you that whatever happens, we must all see it as a blessing. I know at the moment you may believe, or it may seem very worrisome. It may be overburdened. It may be an overburden to you. You don't know what to do, what to say, where to turn, who to go to, because of so many things that is going on wrong in our society, in our country, in our world today. Brothers and sisters, as we celebrate this Navratri, I wish for all of us to continue to follow this path of Dharma, to keep your faith. I know your family, your relationship may be going wrong. People are dying, people are getting sick, and so many things are they're up and down. But I want to remind you again that the God, the Bhagwan, the Goddess of the universe, is always looking over all of us. And on that note, I wish to share with you a very beautiful shloka, the verse, as a matter of fact, the 27th verse of the Sri Durga Chalisa. Prema bhakti se jo yesh gave, dukh dharidran nikat nahi ave. This simply means that whoever sings or whoever worship the goddess with prema and bhakti, with love, with devotion, all their pains, miseries, frustrations, problems, it will stay far away from them. As a matter of fact, it will not even get to them. So today I want to remind you of this, what we call bhakti and prem. Bhakti, devotion, and prem, love. We perform puja from time to time. We do many forms of worship, and in all religions we do this. But many times we, as the worshipper, the believer, we tend to not have enough bhakti in that worship. We tend to not offer the prem to the Bhagwan, to the goddess in that worship. So this is something I want to remind you of. This is what you ought to do. Bhakti is very important here. So please offer all the bhakti, all the prem to the goddess. And might I remind you that there is nothing that you or I have to say to the Lord, that we have to say to the goddess. The Bhagwan knows what we need. The Lord knows our heart. The Lord knows our desire. Durga Ma knows what we want. We don't have to tell her. Like every mother, she would want to give you what is best. Every parent wants to give the best for their children. And similarly, the Bhagwan knows what is it we want. All we have to do is offer our prem, love, bhakti, devotion, all of it, unflinching devotion to the Lord, and everything will come your way. So during this time where we are all here, those of you who are viewing this program, of course you're alive. So we want to thank the Bhagwan for this opportunity. Mainly here, we are alive. There are many people who wish they have this opportunity just to breathe fresh air, just to be with their families and friends, their near and dear ones. We have this opportunity. Please thank God and make full use, make good use of it. Also, another point I want to share with you today is many times when we look around us in our society, in the world at large, we tend to identify persons or organizations to be enemies of ours. We look at our neighbor and we believe that the neighbor is an enemy. We look at a friend and we say the friend is an enemy. We look, wherever and however, and we say our enemies are outside. Brothers and sisters, I wish to share another verse with you. And I'm sure this is popular. All of you know this. We chant, Lakshmi Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukh Sampara. Now this line, this is the one I want you to focus on. Mama Shatru Vinashaya. Deepa Jyotir Namostute. So Mama Shatru, where is the enemy? The enemy is inside, brothers and sisters. Who is the enemy? We are our own enemies. We are responsible. We are the one causing the conflicts. We are the one that is creating the pain and the suffering. We are the ones, and when I say we, I'm talking about every citizen of this planet. If we are responsible, if at all we practice goodness out there, we share goodness, we express love and humility out there, where will the enemy come from? So we are the ones that is responsible, brothers and sisters. And so I want all of us to, for this Navratri, if there isn't anything that you can change, the situation around us we may not be able to change, but we can change ourselves. Understand that life is very fragile, which you are seeing, it's happening in front of you today. Life is so fragile. We are here today, and tomorrow you may be gone. So while you have today available, while you have now available, do the right thing. Do what is best for you. Do what is best for you. Let me remind you again, when you expire, when you exit this planet, not your wife, husband, children, sibling, parents, neighbors and friends, nobody is going with you. You are going alone. So whenever we tend to get worried, whenever we tend to stress upon so many things, why are you stressing about? What are you worrying about? Can you change the situation? If your answer is no, then why worry? Again, can you change the situation? If the answer is yes, why worry? Change it, fix it. There isn't any place for stress and worry here. Yes, everything may tend to go wrong in our homes. Everything may tend to go wrong in our lives. But don't worry too much. Contemplate on the Bhagwan. I'm not telling you that you must only pray and no work and everything will be right. No, what I'm saying is Prayer will help you to mitigate the stress and the burdens that we are all going through at this time. Focus on the Bhagwan. Thank Him again and again. Don't worry, whatever have to happen tomorrow will happen tomorrow. None of us can change that. Sometimes you may think that, okay, I will choose another path and tomorrow will be different. No, brothers and sisters. By you making the choice to choose this next path and hoping that tomorrow will be different, that had to happen that way. You must understand this. All these things, everything that happened around us here is or was supposed to happen the way it is happening. So, see the blessing, see the good in all of it. At the moment, I know you may be stressful from everything that's happening around you. But I remind you, the viewers, and I even, by saying this, I'm reminding myself as well, that everything happens for a good reason. Thank God in all situations. Thank God for every moment that you have. And while you have this moment, make good use of it. And lastly, as I close, I want to remind you that as we go to the temples to worship the Devi Durga Ma, Lakshmi and Saraswati, we also have Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati in our homes. And many times, they're abused. They're abused physically, they're abused mentally, they're abused emotionally. Brothers and sisters, the Durga Ma, Lakshmi and Saraswati that is in the temple is right in your homes. Please respect them as well. The same way you go to make your offerings in the mandir of your fruits or whatever it is, you offer your venerations, please respect the ones at home. This time it is a time when we look around and we see how much females on the whole are being abused, not just Hindus, but we have many people across the globe, black, white, brown, blue, everybody, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christian, everybody. Please do not practice abuse. That must come to an end. And especially in Hindu Dharma, we worship the goddess. We believe that the Bhagwan also exists in the form of female. This Bhagwan is right in your home. And likewise, brothers and sisters, females, I want to remind you that the Bhagwan also resides in your home as your brother, your son, your father, and your friends, the males as well. Do not abuse anyone. Let us thank God and let us make use of the opportunity that we have right now at hand. So again, I wish you a very happy Navratri, and you may be thinking, how can you have a happy Navratri? I remind you again, you may not see the good right now. Give it some time. Time heals all pain. Give it some time. You will see that this very moment, all this anxiety, all the stress, all the thing that we're going through right now, it actually is a blessing in disguise. Give it some time. You will thank me later. For this, I want to wish you all the very best and continue to do your prayers. Don't ever give up in prayer. Don't ever give up in prayer. Continue to do your prayers and remember to look out for the needy, the ones that is really in need. The Durga Ma in the temples are also in the farmers in neighbor. You're perhaps somewhere else, you would have never met somebody, but they're in need. Please reach out to them. The Durga Ma will not eat the prasad that you give to her. Of course, it is being offered out of love, but then please use the same prasad and share with the needy. You may be filling someone's stomach at this time. So please look out for your neighbors and your friends during these very trial times that we're all facing at this time. So as Navratri come, I pray that in the future we will have better ones. And again, this remind you that the moments that you had to share in the temples and you did not probably attend, why cry now? You had the opportunity. Alright? So this is a situation to remind you that everything is fragile and everything is just only for a short period of time. God bless you. Happy Navratri. Namaste.
Yes, as I was telling you before, Mother Durga is a very great goddess. In her hands you could see the lotus flower. And you know what that signifies? That signifies that we can live a life of detachment. Sometimes we are so attached to our children, our wealth, our job, the clothes we wear, and when those things are gone, what happens? What happens is that you take sorrow. So it is very important for us to realize that we can take the example of the lotus flower. It came from the ground in the mud water, and then it grows beyond the surface, and whenever dirty water goes on it, it refuses to hold it or soak it. That is how we should go about our life. When people with negative attitudes come around us, they say, your friends color you. We have to be very careful with negative vibes around us. So then we see the conch shell in one of our hands there. The conch shell signifies that wherever we go, we can blow the shell of knowledge. Like when a beggar man comes to your door, you give them something and you give them something else, a jewel of knowledge. And they can go and think about it, do some reflection, and make an elevated stage in their life. And then in her other hand, you could see the mace. What does that signify? It signifies that when we go through these 9 nights, we will have to take something like peace, happiness. Like if you go in at different places, you see a mace by the corner, it signifies that we should be peaceful. We should not fight. In Parliament, they fight a lot, but yet still in Parliament, they have a mace by the corner, and that signifies we must be peaceful. And in her other hand, she has a chakra, something that spins. A chakra denotes that we have to realize who we are. She's spinning the discus of self-realization. I am a soul, I am not this body. I am Atma, I am a light. When this light goes out from this body, it is said that that person is a dead person. She also has in another hand a bow and an arrow. Now, our lips are regarded as bows and arrow and our tongue. We all have to be very careful with this arrow, the tongue, that whenever we say something, we must say not to give like sorrow to people. We must choose nice words. We must speak in a rhythm of friendliness. Our tone must be nice so that people would appreciate being around us. In another hand, she has a sword. That sword is telling us that whenever we are faced with negativities, we have to cut it with positive thoughts and positive vibes. So we cut the negative vibes with the sword of knowledge, right? They say knowledge is power. We use knowledge at appropriate times when we choose when to use it, what knowledge to use, and where and how, right? And in the other hand, she has the trishul. Now, the trishul denotes the 3 aspects of time: the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now, God is called the knower of the 3 aspects of time. No Obeah, no human being can tell you what will happen next week. So don't bother with those people who have messages on TV ads and so telling you that they can read your hand and they can tell you what will happen and you can get back your hand. Only God does that. God would never give somebody that kind of power. So when you do focus on all these weapons that she has in her hands, is that we can live a life of peace, progress, and prosperity. And that will give us power because we are focused and we can have complete control of our senses. And you see, she's sitting on a lion. You see, she is in control of even nature and animals, that she could sit very peacefully on top of a lion and the lion would not bite her. You know, sometimes people who are afraid of dogs will know, and dogs have a sense to sense that they will run and bite you. Now coming on to the 9, the number 9. Number 9 is a very significant number in the number system. 9 is regarded as one of the most important numbers, because I can tell you why. 9 months a mother mostly take to fetch a child in her belly until she gives birth. The number 9, there are 9 major planets in the solar system. Another thing, Ramadan, the 9th month of fasting and prayers, is in the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, that is September. Life is governed in a circular manner. A circular manner, in a circular manner meaning, say for example, you have a circle, 360 degrees it is made up of. So 6 and 3 is 9. If you cut that in half, you get 180 degrees. So you have 8 and 1, 9. If you cut that even in half, you will have 45 degrees. So you had 5 and 4, 9. Okay, and the quarter and the half and the whole, you all understand that. And I can go on and on. So 9 is regarded as a very, very important number in man's life. The 9th letter in the alphabet is I. I as in India, very significant. Very significant. When you want something to be done, when you are a very fruitful person, a productive person, a person who don't depend on other people, you become a person who wants to believe always that I have to make the effort first. I have to show the example so that others could follow me. We have to stop hurting people and smarting people and start giving people joy and peace, and especially to our family members and even those workers around us. We must smart these people and pay them and all of that. Take advantage of their time and their energy. Not because you have money, you could order them this and that and all the things. God is watching, my dear. So now we will look at this time of fasting. It is a time in this period that we are giving ourselves space to rejuvenate and allow ourselves to be cleansed from within. Don't be involved with anything that is negative, not even your thoughts, my brothers and sisters. Prayers at this time, always be connected with God and in remembrance of God. This is another aspect of being cleansed from negative forces such as lust, anger, greed, attachment, jealousy, hatred, falsehood. At this time, people do pujas, and pujas say sewa, burn the ignorance within, and lighting incense to chase away negative forces, even from a distance. During this time, also, people sing and dance. Sometime in the merriment of being in the company of godly vibes, creating an atmosphere of peace and harmony. They eat sattvic food. What is sattvic food? Sattvic food is that food which is cooked in remembrance of God, so that when you finish cooking, you offer it to God, and God will purify that food, and whoever you give that food to eat, they can be purified too, and you will be blessed too, right? So whoever listening and want to take in some of what is said on this program, it would be nice for you to take in one point and try to live it and make it work for you.
चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे भोर भई दिन चढ़ गया मेरी अम्बे हो रही जय जयकार मंदिर विच आरती जय मां।
हे दरबारा वाली आरती जय मां, हे पहाड़ा वाली आरती जय मां।
काहे की मैया तेरी आरती बनावा, काहे की मैया तेरी आरती बनावा, काहे की पावा विच बाती मंदिर विच आरती जय मां। सोहे चोले वाली आरती जय मां।
हे पहाड़ा वाली आरती जय मां।
सर्व सोने दी तेरी आरती बनावा, सर्व सोने दी तेरी आरती बनावा। अगर कपूर पावा बाती मंदिर विच आरती जय मां। हे मां पिंडी रानी आरती जय मां।
Yes, and now we are going to look at the colors. Do you know each night you're supposed to wear a different color? Why? Because it has a meaning. For those of you who can't afford it, you try to wear as close as possible. For the first night, we wear the color of orange. This festival begins with bright and vibrant orange, and this color signifies energy and happiness. Hindus worship the goddess Shailaputra on this day. The second night we should wear white, and white is worn because it symbolizes peace and purity. And red is worn on the third night. It signifies beauty and fearlessness. And fourth night we should wear royal blue, and your love will be true, they say. It is worn on the fourth day because this color is considered good for health. Hindus worship goddess Kushmanda on this day. Yellow is worn on the fifth night. And this day of this festival, it stands for happiness and brightness. Hindus worship goddess Shandamata on this day. Okay? And the sixth color is green. Green is worn on this day because it signifies new beginnings in one's life and growth and progress and success. And gray on the seventh night is worn because this color, which stands for the strength of transforming Hindus worshiping the goddess of Kalarantri on this day. The eighth night, you should wear purple, signifies the power of the intellect, buddhi intellect, it means. For this, we experience peace. People worship Maha Gauri on this day. And lastly, on the ninth day, we should wear peacock green. This color is believed to fulfill the desires of all devotees. Overall, this festival is the celebration of victory of good over evil. At this point, let me say thanks to all those people who have helped to bring this program to you, especially my sponsors and my operator Somal and Brahm and this television station. May the generous Durga Ma, Lakshmi Ma, Swaraswati Ma brighten your life with countless blessings. I hope that your efforts, your sacrifices, and your prayers and penance will bring happiness and prosperity in your life. To those who are in big positions, I pray for you to gallop your success and the good progress you are making in this country, especially to our President, Honorable Dr. Infar Ali, I pray that you get out of this session long life and a beautiful tenor in your authoritative position. Happy Navratri to all, and Namaste. I forgot to mention my sister Juliet and my friend Amrita and Chino and Hazrat and Priya and all those people who are surrounding me on a very daily basis, and all the pandits, all the priests I say, and their devotees I say, Happy Navratri and God bless us all.